And sometimes I just be practicing. Or I might have recorded that and I don't even know. This is Volathan Modulus Tautology coming at you again. That's why I need a better controller in all this madness that's going on. Let me recap what I just thought I recorded. I might have recorded it. I'm not going to post edit this. This is Star Trek that I have running in the background for one. Star Wars happened a long time ago in a galaxy far away. Star Trek is happening tomorrow. It's still the same timeline. We exist on God's timeline. So love God, respect Lord, seek wisdom, and your life will be beautiful. Keep a Sabbath day, motherhood, fatherhood. Motherhood, I'm a little, that's why I've been going fatherhood, mother. Because we only get one mother, right? There's no, but I'm saying motherhood fighting all the time. And then trying to say that fatherhood's fighting. I see the brothers coming together to form manhood, mankind, manpower, whatever, right? That's why I started this month off with calling June 1st. I said we should call it the Fatherhood of God and the Brotherhood of Man month, right? Now, whether it's you want to say it's manhood, mankind, manpower, that's whatever, but therein is where you get the super egotistical pride trying to take over the month. And hence, that's the cheat code. They're running a cheat code on us because we tried to make it through this whole month without, what about pride? What about pride? What about pride? And they not talking about foundational Black Americans being in the basement in the 1970s, talking about singing James Brown, I'm black and I'm proud. Or in the 60s, talking about James Brown, I'm black and I'm proud. The late 60s, right? That's where we started to build what's called today hip hop. That's the grassroots. Somehow the grassroots became the LGBTQIA plus .pdf files. And now they want to call it DEI. And they call it DEI because they included illegal illegals. It is that simple. And it's like, well, how did you go from Star Wars happening a long time ago and Star Trek being the future to exactly that's how they do it to us? And I'm going to show you a great example of how they do it to us, right? See, I'm just trying to play a game, and if my son was here, he'd be playing the game. I'll be talking about something else. I might be talking more into about how Star Wars happened a long time ago. That makes it a fairy tale, and how Star Trek being the future is science fiction. That's the difference between a fairy tale and science fiction, or a science fictional fairy tale, and a science fictional proclamation or prediction, right? Because we're predicting that we're about to start traveling faster than the speed of light, aka warp speed, or even stargates, right? There it is. There it is. It's not that hard. So I'm just gonna play the video because I might have lost all of y'all. Just keep in mind, there's only one timeline, and this is God's timeline that we're on. So just pray, love God, respect Lord, seek wisdom. Only one God. It's only one timeline. All of this multiverse and God can change his mind like she can change her mind. Y'all gotta stop that foolishness. So I'm gonna show a little Savvy Sab, Fair Use 1976, what's the name? And she's an independent. The View are Democrats. That's why they cluck like birds. But they're gonna try to show that they are diverse between Democrats and Republicans as well. But Savvy Sab is gonna break down why it doesn't work as best as she can. And I'm gonna jump in just a second just to show what manhood is really about. So bear with me for 1 second. I might have rapped too much already. I didn't really get the chance to say how I want to say it, but I just got to make more videos because I'm trying to get to 1,000 videos. I'm only at like 300 videos. So just flow with me for a second, while we try to get this together. All right, so we're gonna figure this out. Let me do this right here, and we'll click on this right here.
We are revisiting the women of The View. We haven't spoken about them quite a while on this show, but we have to get into the story because this is crazy, like insane, crazy here. On The View, they were arguing about Iran. They were arguing about the U.S. possibility of going to war with Iran. And some of the things that they said is very clear to me. These women either are uneducated or they're lying on purpose. And it could be a combination of both. Sunny Hostin, on the other hand, which is interesting, actually criticized Israel for the first time. Does she really feel that way, or is she saying that because Trump is in office? Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's start with this clip here.
And it's slow.
But let's just remember, too, the Iranians literally throw gay people off of buildings. They don't adhere to basic human rights.
Listen, here's the thing. Let's not do that.
Let's go back to that again. Listen to what she said.
And it's slow.
But let's just remember, too, the Iranians literally throw gay people off of buildings. They don't.
Do we know this to be true? Do we know this to be true? What's the source for this? When did this happen? You see how they just say stuff?
It's not true or false. Like, that's where we getting confused. It's not true or false what she said. It's false, but it's not about true or false. It's about cheat code. That's her cheat code. That's the way she connects gays with black men. All right? It goes from, she's actually going the opposite way. She's going, we have to protect the gays, since that makes the order change. Hence, gays, women, black women, immigrants, illegals, white men, black men, right? And it's foundational black men, to be specific. All right, if foundational black American men are the original people of this land, and they try to take that away from us, saying that it's the Indians, and it's like, no, India is all the way over there in Western, in Eastern, Asia, right? The Middle Asia, that's India. But that's the cheat code, because other people say that they're Asian. They're everything except for non-white. Hence, they're black. That's the cheat code. The Black, Brown, Beige Alliance. That's why when we say B1, we say black first. No, not black first. Right? But they want to be like, well, then you're black and brown are at war with each other. That's the cheat code. And we've been explaining this cheat code ever since Booker T. Washington and W.E.B. Du Bois. W.E.B. Du Bois was the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, whereas Booker T. Washington was the Negro Business, the Urban Negro Business League. Like, he was, right? He was the first Negro nationalist. But they had to cheat code, right? Put them against each other. And that's where Marcus Garvey came in with, Jamaicans. But then, the long story short, that's the way they're doing the cheat code. Immigrants are the latest, illegal immigrants are the latest cheat codes, but they still have to first protect the gays. That's her cheat code. That's what she did. That's how you make it. It's not about, June isn't about the fatherhood of God and the brotherhood of man, because they are mean towards gay boys. That's the cheat code. It's men are toxic, especially black men. That's the cheat code. Unless he's with a white woman, then he's okay, right? That's the cheat code. So a black man and a black woman, no, that doesn't work. That's why you're seeing foundational black Americans are dead last when it comes to single-parented parenting, right? You have a lot of, over 70% of the children are growing up in single parented mother. The mother is she's the leader. It's her home. It's her, just her, because the dad is a deadbeat. That's the cheat code. He's not the leader. That's the cheat code. And it all stems from the gays are being thrown off the building. She might as well said the DEI, the diversity, equity, inclusion, are being thrown off the buildings. Because that's what they call black men now. Right? They say that to me, you're DEI. No. I'm foundational black American. Right? My private parts, don't worry about all that. But I'm a foundational black American man. You can hear the bass of my voice. Right? You can see my stature, my strength. But they got to use the cheat code in order to destroy the black man, the black woman, the black son, the black daughter. That's the righteous order. The black family. That's what you have to destroy. Right? So they changing the black family. I said black. No, interracial, intermarriage, right? It has to be everything except for black. Because when you do that, then it's, that's black power. That's worse than white power. That's the cheat code. And they programmed in the thing to say, as soon as you say white power, it shuts you down. So as soon as you say black power, they shut you down. That's the cheat code. Gay is the cheat code now. Right? Because gay means trans. Trans means gay. Gay means girls, two girls. Gay means two guys. Because gay means trans, because they're LGBTQIA+ .pdf files, and they shutting me down for keep repeating it over and over again because you're still not getting the logic. That's the cheat code that they're using. But meanwhile, the fathers, all we want to do, yo, son, let's go over here and ride the bike together. Yo, son, let's go over here and fly the kite together. Yo, son, let's go over here and play a little baseball, or football, or basketball together. Me and you. What about the girls? Well, y'all can play with us. You can play in our sports. Like, nah, we don't want to play with y'all because then all I can do is take jumpers. I can't take you down low and then dunk on you. Right? Nah, we can't play tackle football. We gotta play flag football, and even then, right? I gotta handicap it. I gotta be able to take off both of your flags. You only gotta take one of my flags. Or baseball, we have to use a softball. Like we have to nerf it. Like racing, we have to, right? You have to match up the overweight guy with the 6 foot athlete. Female, right? You got to match it up in order to make it fair, right? You can't go athlete because somebody's going to get hurt, especially her, especially in the boxing ring. It's not hard to understand. We see it, and the women say it just like that. Serena Williams said it, nah, I can't beat no man in tennis. Get out of here with that. Yeah, of course she can beat me. But she ain't gonna beat, top 10, top 100 men in the world. She knows that. But y'all wanna cheat code. By making gay not making it transgender, making it transphobic. Because now you're deciding what. That's the Western psychological ideology that Sigmund Freud came up with, because men really hate their fathers and girls really hate their mothers, and they want to do that, and this is what's going on in our society. And we saying that, that was ignorant what you just said, because we over here working off of Eastern philosophical methodologies. Well, that's the beginning of the mathematics, and that's what I'm giving you. I'm giving you the beginning of the mathematics. Here's some Sim Black on the same situation, the same topic. Fair use, 1960 civil rights movement. You know what I mean? I hope y'all ready for the flow. Let's go.
Gay people off of buildings. They don't adhere to basic human rights.
Listen, here's the thing. Let's not do that, because if we start with that, we have been known in this country to tie gay folks to the car.
Where the Iranian regime is today in 2025 is nothing compared to the United
keep
States.
hanging black people. So
It is not even the same. I couldn't step foot during this.
Wait. That's not what you mean to say. It is the same.
No, it's not. The year 2025 in the United States is nothing like if I step foot wearing this outfit in Toronto.
Killed for I'm sorry.
Well, they went like
listen,
no, I can't have my hair showing. I can't wear a skirt. I can't have my arms
Understood.
out.
I'm telling you, as a
I literally said it was up to the Iranian people.
Yes.
It is up to them.
And that's why I am saying that it is the same. Murdering someone for their difference is not good. Whoever does it, it's not good. So that's why I said you weren't saying what I heard was not what you meant.
I think it's very different to live in the United States in 2025 than it is to live in Iran.
Not if you're black.
Not for everybody.
Not if you're black.
Guys, don't go to Tehran. Do not anyone at the table should go to Tehran.
Let me tell you about being in this country. This is the greatest country in the world. But, yeah, I know that. I know that. And we all know that. But every day, we are worried. Do we have to be worried about our kids? Are our kids going to get shot because they're running through somebody's neighborhood? They are not big deals, and I don't mean to say they're not big deals to you, because that's not what I meant.
And they are not doing well there either. They are not doing well in Iran. They are not educated. They cannot property. They cannot leave them.
I'm talking about
no,
here.
nobody wants to diminish the very real problems we have in this country. That is no one's intent.
Good.
But I think it's important we remember there are places much darker than this country and people who deserve rights.
Not everybody feels that way. Not everybody feels that way. Listen, I'm sorry. You know, when you think about the fact that we got the vote in 1965.
Okay, they don't have free and fair elections in Iran. It's not even the same universe.
They can't go out of their house. The women.
You know what? There's no way I can make you understand.
Let me try something. It's like try to reverse roles with a black person in this country, let's say, because I think that's what you're talking about.
Yes.
Just try to understand from.
And I'm just stepping in for a minute to try to keep on with this fair use, so that, you know, because that's what Tim Black's supposed to be using. But I don't know how much more he could take it at. Or he takes it at before he gives his little commentary. I just wanted to share this video because it actually, you know, he actually listens to what they saying, letting you let it all break down. How it escalated real fast because they said, you know, gay people are being thrown off the buildings, and American gay people are jumping off the buildings. There's a difference, right? And it's not really gay, but it's more trans people are jumping off the buildings. Gay people are usually killing each other. Like that's what actually was happening with gay people, of the jealousy or whatever. They end up shooting each other. Trans people find themselves alone, and hence they jump off buildings because, you know, it's like, what do you really want in life? Your significant other to be another man, or your significant other to be a woman that's trans too? But you do see that kind of situation, and we have to acknowledge that that is a psychological issue. Is it, y'all want to call it gender phobia or whatever y'all want to call it, fear of the gender that you are, and how that relates to the social constructs of psychological warfare, or if you want to see of it being psychological, you know, Freudianism or whatever psychologists that y'all think supposed to have the word on how the proper etiquette of genderism is, or whatever it is. Like, nah, with hip hop, we just enjoy the life that God gave us, and we we honor our mother and father. Like, that's the true fifth commandment. I just do the fatherhood, mother, because you got all this motherhood speaking for womanhood, and the womanhood they're the ones that's going through this phase of I choose. So if I want to go down to Planned Parenthood, I can do it without his permission. I am the head, right? And it's like, nah, that's not what God said, right? So she does it, and then she's proud of it. I proudly, like Big Tish said, I'm proud of doing that. And it's like, well, it says here in Matthew 7 or whatever one you want to use, right? And it's like, you're not my, you don't know me, you don't judge. Like, oh, that's what evil people say, right? It's just like, no, I got the book. We just, you know what I mean? I just know the book too, right? I might read it epistemologically. I read, everybody reads it a little different. Right? So yes, I read the book different than your pastor. You know what I mean? I read it different than my 3 pastors. I have 3 pastors, and I love all 3 of them. Right? Now, who they are and all that, it's none of your business. That's between me and my 3 pastors. And when we rap to each other, it's me and them, or whatever. We just rapping about life and enjoying it. And they give me knowledge, I give them knowledge. And then we build each other's understanding, which grows our wisdom. Right? Now, if they do or don't share it with their wisdoms of being their wives, that's between them and their wives. I'm not here to judge them. I'm not here to judge the View. But the View isn't using biblical, right, etiquette or whatever. You know what I mean? They're not reading that. They're not using that book. Right? So that's why they clucking. Sabi's using that book. Tim Black uses that book. That's how you can hear their ethics. You can hear their morals. They know the virtues and they know the principles. Right? So now they have time with them. Right? It's beyond the 3 dimensions. The 3 dimensions is actually moving. It's beyond the knowledge. The knowledge is actually movement now. It's potential energy now is kinetic. That's what time is really doing. It's a measurement of the velocity, right? It's distance over time. Distance is, distance. But to get from A to B, you need a concept or an idea or a reality, time. There's only one timeline, and we on God's timeline, and I'm gonna enjoy it. Like, that's, love God, enjoy your time on God's timeline. All right? He might take it from you. The next step you take. Be thankful for the 0 to whatever date it is, right? That's why I'm getting back to my Star Trek. Because Star Wars happened a long, long time ago. So their date system is all based upon the battle at Yemen. Star Trek happens in the future. That's why they say Star Date. That's based upon, see? Now we'll get into that game theory mathematics a little later on. So let me continue with the Tim Black. I hope y'all was paying attention. Keep paying attention. Tim Black dropping some knowledge over here. All right? Keep paying attention. Let me make sure I cut this mic off. I don't want to get no echo.
From their point of view, this country does not do them well, does not go for them.
I completely acknowledge that, but
and we shouldn't compare atrocities.
If you're talking about Iran, of course, is doing worse things, but relatively speaking, it feels bad.
Okay, but I think you know that Iran is significantly
I guess we're going to come back and talk. We're going to come back and talk more about this.
And I know what happened.
Next.
Nah, don't come back and talk more about this, Johnson. What is? Never do that.
Tim Black's BS detector.
Tim Black's BS detector.
Tim Black's BS detector.
Yeah, this is off the rails right here, man. Never compare one country to another country, man. Like, you can't make any comparisons. I think both of them are wrong. Whoopi's wrong because, damn. I mean, on one hand, you're trying to say how great America is. On the other hand, you're saying how horrible it is. Now, you're right. It is horrible in a lot of ways. It's not great at all. Even Trump concedes that with Make America Great Again. I don't know when the again part comes in, right? Great for the citizens or great for the wealthy and rich and well-connected? Maybe then it's great. That's when it was great. It was great for Rockefeller. It's great for Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos. Andrew Carnegie had a great run, okay? But working class people, not gonna happen. But never compare other people's hardships, man. I mean, Iran, like, yo, there are other countries. Go to Congo, go to Rwanda. Like, this idea, right? that you're gonna come out here and make it seem like what's going on in America is the same as what's going on in other countries. Like some other countries got it bad. What about Palestinians? Like these people cover the news for a living, Johnson. People are being starved. Like, yeah, there are problems Black America has and has had, but yo, Palestinians have been in an apartheid state for the last 70 years. They're being bombed in tents right now, even in houses, and they're still getting bombed. They cut off food and medicine, supplies. They not only killed Palestinians, they killed the people that's trying to treat them like the doctors that tried to help them.
And there it is, you know what I mean? So, and I think I cut that short because, like, I saw that one first. Then I saw the Savvy Sav's response. Savvy Sav came a little later on. And I'm sure, I think the other, Professor Black Truth shared his opinion on it too. And I'm going to share a little bit more Savvy Sav. How much time I do right so far? I'm already over. I ain't want to do a whole half-hour show, but why not? Sometimes I got to do a half-hour show. With this game right here, for example, right? They got the main character is Michael Burnham. It's a female, right? But her name is Michael, right? They could have easily made her name Michelle, right? That would have been more in line with Foundation of Black American Heritage. Like her name should have been Michelle. But for a reason, they made her name Michael, right? It has me think back to when I was a kid. There was a real cute girl, too. Her name was Courtney, right? And I tried to hide, a little bit. I might have been only like 7 or 8. I was young, right? Because we went to camp together. She's a neighborhood, right? If you're uptown, you know who I'm talking about, right? It's probably a couple female Courtneys, too. But I couldn't holler at her, right? Because that's my brother's name. Right? You see how that works? Right? You got certain names that are boy-girl names. Courtney's a boy-girl name. I know a lot of dudes named Courtney. I know a lot of girls named Courtney. But when it comes to like Michael, right? That's like Charles. Like, nah, it's either got to be Charlene or Charlesette or something like, right? To signify female version of Charles, right? So Charlene or Charlesette would be the, right? So no, I can't because we got the same name, right? Kind of a thing. But no, it could work, whatever, right? But it is that facetious. It is that silly that we got this kind of mental because of gay and then we can't say lesbian, right? Because that's basically what's happening. That's something completely different, even though that's the first letter, LGBTQIA plus.pdf files. And the fact that you're not allowed to talk about it because we are talking about sexuality, which is, deviant behavior that goes against biblical teaching, right? The biblical teaching is befriend, marry. That's what, no, just be friends. Then if, as life goes on or whatever, and you find yourselves friends for 5, 10 years or whatever, right? Then yeah, get married. But the concept of, we're friends, all right, cool, and I say hello to another, and that's cheating, right? Like, that's mental, right? And vice versa with her, right? That's what I'd let all of them know. Like, all right, you want to go? Well, hey, have fun, right? I'm trying to, see me to join that, want to play a little chess, checkers, or, backgammon, or, instead of, or go ride a bike together, or go for a walk. Let's go for a picnic. Let's go fishing together, right? Like, that's boyish. Boys fish, girls don't fish, right? But boys can garden, right? We can plant tomatoes and grow tomatoes, right? Therein is where the line is phased in, and we're worried more about the gossip, what the other person is saying, the dirt in your eye over, versus the dirt in their eye, the little speck, right? You know, but then the understanding of Matthew 7 is very deep, because therein, when you give that knowledge here's Matthew 7, and you find that they're nothing more than the dogs and pigs attacking you. Find yourself on the cross, telling you that you're the one that's untrustworthy. Now that's the first Scout law. I'm trustworthy. There it is. There it is. So I'm gonna end with Savvy Sam. I gave y'all a good 30 minutes. I mean, I already gave you the cheat code. The cheat code is, as soon as we want to talk about oppression, first you say gay. The gay people are being oppressed. That's why Oprah came back with, they used to take the gay people and put them in front of cars and smack. Like, wait, right? We over here talking about Medgar Evers, John F. Kennedy, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Bobby Kennedy, Fred Hampton. Those are the martyrs, right? And then what about the women? Well, I think Martin Luther King's mom got killed up in church, right? She got assassinated too. And then that was black on black crime. That was the Hebrews. That was the black Hebrews. The hypocrites. This is how we hypocrites. So when Memorial Day in Philadelphia on Lemon Park, and we out there just trying to celebrate and enjoy life, and then 3 guys came and shot it up this year, they blame black on black crime. I knew it was a setup. Now I say it's a setup, and it's like, no, you're not taking responsibility. No. Shut your trap. It was illegals. If you want to say they were black Africans, there was black Africans that did it. I don't care. They don't belong here. They were illegals. And they want to blame foundational black Americans for that in order to set off what they're doing. It's time to go home. All that Biden opening the border, it's time to go home, because y'all over here causing all kinds of, and now they want to say that they're those Mexicans, which is actually Venezuelans. They're not Mexicans, right? They can't, you can't send them, and that's all the Democrats been talking about, still ignoring foundational black Americans issues. We was just trying to have a good time at Memorial Park, and all those illegals that y'all let in the country, they came and shot up our thing. We tried to have a nice little cookout for Juneteenth. We don't want y'all, but listen, we don't want y'all to join in our festivities of Juneteenth. Juneteenth is a reflection time. We say, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. We pray together and enjoy, whether it's a little cookout, whether it's just, hey, how's your grades going? Hey, let me show you a little bit of mathematics. Hey, we reading this book? Hey, let me try that book out. You know what I mean? We're exchanging the culture together on Juneteenth. But we can't do that because Juneteenth became, what about pride? What about pride? What about pride? The gay, the DEI. It's DEI. It's DEI. Is that Juneteenth is DEI. That's the cheat code. Stop letting them use the cheat code. That's the moral of the story today. Stop letting them use the cheat code. That's the moral to the story, right?
We're not here to basic human rights.
Listen, here's the thing. Let's not do that, because if we start with that, we have been known in this country to tie gay folks to the car.
Where the Iranian regime is today,
I'm sorry,
is nothing compared to the United States.
Hanging black people. So
it is not even the same. I couldn't step during this.
Wait. That's not what you mean to say. It is the same.
No, it's not. The year 2025 in the United States is nothing like if I step foot wearing this outfit into Toronto.
I'm sorry.
So she's talking about her outfit. Watch this.
To the car.
Where the Iranian regime is today, is nothing compared to the United States.
Hanging black people. So
it is not even the same. I couldn't step during this.
Wait. That's not what you mean to say. It is the same.
No, it's not. The year 2025 in the United States is nothing like if I step foot wearing this outfit in Toronto.
So the outfit that she is wearing, here's another lie. Notice she has on long sleeves, right? Okay. So again, there are multiple videos on YouTube. You guys can look this up for yourself, where you see women in Tehran wearing somewhat less than what she has on. She has on long sleeve dress, right? You know where you can't, you can't, like, the sleeves actually are an issue as well? Saudi Arabia. I'll show you that in just a second. So you'll mention that about Iran, but she won't mention it about Saudi Arabia. You see, this is how the propaganda works. And a lot of Americans, if you don't ask, they're not going to question it. If you're like this show basically caters towards, like, stay-at-home, like, moms, right? If you're a stay-at-home mom, and let's say you may have never even left your state, you don't know that what she's saying is false. Now, yes, there is a dress code for women in Iran, but some of that has even changed, and I'll get into that as well. But she doesn't tell.
It's easy. It's Magic Johnson is the greatest player of all time. He's number one, meaning he's the point guard, right? Michael Jordan's number two. That means he's the shooting guard. Number three, Larry Bird. It doesn't matter, right? You're building a team. One is the point guard, two is the shooting guard, three is the small forward, shooting forward, four is the power forward, point forward, whatever you want to, you want the acronyms of the letters to mean. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is the center. So Magic Johnson's number one, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is number 5. That doesn't mean that who's greater than the other. Is you're building a team. That's the order that I'm using. But as soon as I say Magic Johnson is number one, he's the point guard. What about his son? That's the cheat code they use. That's the cheat code that they use, right? That's the cheat code. It's not about Magic Johnson, it's about his son. That's the cheat code. Same with Dwayne Wade. And Dwayne Wade is no better than Jerry Stackhouse. I don't even know why y'all talk about him, right? Oh, you just hating because his son. That's the cheat code that they use. That's the cheat code. Y'all gotta start understanding the cheat code, right? We talking about greatness. When I talk about Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, I'm talking about greatness. And then I'd say his name's slipping me right now. It always do, because it's the cheat code, right? Y'all know it. We can even say James Brown, right? Or I can't even think of the other singer. You know what I mean? Because they used to, get their hair permed and be all, sassy a little bit. Who is the sassy James Brown? I can't even think of him. I'm mad that I can't think of him, because he's legendary too. But the LGBTQIA+.pdf files, they took those flamboyant, right? Even Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5 was a little flamboyant, but that was for showmanship. That's what the YMCA was. I mean, not the YMCA, the what's the name of that group? The Village People. They were just being flamboyant, right? It's Young Men's Christian Association. It wasn't about. It was about spreading God's word, about Jesus. But the LGBT, they came in and took that song, whose lead singer was married to Phylicia Rashad, right? That was her second husband. And they took it and corrupted it using the cheat code of, this is what the rainbow means. It's about false pride now, right? Stop letting them use the cheat code. Love God, respect the Lord, seek wisdom. One God, our Father, all the time. Hip hop, life, love, one. That's God is love. Hip hop is life. Time is holy. Money is nothing more than a fourth dimensional illusion that really doesn't exist. Want to call it mammon? Call it that. Y'all better stop loving that mammon. Get back to loving God. Because that macro economics is the art of making the most out of life. That's all it really is. And y'all know what that is. Life is hip hop. There it is. Compassion, peace, and happiness. That's what I got. Stop letting them use the cheat code. That's the last time I'm saying. I go watch Sergeant Willie Pete's video. He's way worse than me. He going through it with it. You know what I mean? Peace.